Welcome back to episode 3 of Prepping for States with my Garbodor Terrakion deck. So, I believe this is another match against Blastoise Keldeo, except without the Black Kyurem, so it would just be normal Blastoise Keldeo. Yes, and I do mulligan twice. But the reason I decided to upload this match was because of an insane Mewtwo war that happened in the middle of the battle. I got my Mewtwo set up, he got my Mewtwo set up, and it was pretty much all war. So I do get to go first, and what a nasty hand. So I'm going to heavy ball because I really need to get out another attacker. Probably go for the Terrakion because no need to get the EX out, because it's just another 2 prizes, and we're not really sure what my opponent's deck is. But of course I know because I'm post-narrating. So I'm just going to heavy ball for the Terrakion, attach an energy. And let's see, do I want to switch? Looks like I don't, I just pass. And my opponent's got a massive hand. And he puts down a Squirtle, which pretty much tells me that he's running some sort of Blastoise deck. But he doesn't do anything else other than attach and put the Pokemon on the bench. So I'm assuming that his hand stinks. After those 2 mulligans, he still doesn't get the cards he needs. But I do have to Juniper away 2 switches, which is actually pretty sad. But I guess I do get a pretty decent amount of cards. Well, I mean, not a decent amount of cards. Like, a good, what should I call it? Forget it. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say, because then I'm just going to embarrass myself right in front of camera. And we're not really going to want that to happen. So, let's see, I don't get another fighting, but I do get the DCE. So, am I going to attach that? Looks like I'm not. I'm just going to pass, because he probably won't be able to attack this turn, unless he goes Rare Candy, Blast. Well, he could attach to the Squirtle and then retreat, that's cute. Retreat to the Mewtwo, and then Rare Candy into the Blastoise and just deluge a whole bunch of energy onto Mewtwo. And so let's see, he's going to attach to Squirtle and retreat. Does he have the Rare Candy Blastoise? No, he does not. He's just going to pass. So, looks like I am going to catch up the Squirtle again and put both of my Mewtwo's down just to make sure that he doesn't get too aggressive with his Mewtwo. And I get 2 so that's perfect. I can now get that lock and play. And what else can I do? I can attach the energy to my Terrakion. Well, no, I can't because I already attached the DCE. Sorry, forgot about that. So I think I'm just going to pass. I think that will be the best move. And yeah, looks like that's what I'm going to do. And my opponent will draw a card. And I believe he's just going to attach and retreat again. So most of the first few minutes of this match is pretty much just me catching up his Pokemon and he retreating with the energy. But he's going to end, which I guess that's fine, because if he didn't, I still would have had those supporters. But at least now I can get another Garbodor in play. I was going to say Terrakion, I guess that's just because I have a Terrakion in my hand. But see, I'm not going to attach the tool just in case he plays Tool Scrapper. And I'm going to set up another Mewtwo. So he should be scared, like really scared, because that's the only attacker he's got in play. But I do not have a switch, so that is the problem, because I had to Juniper 2 away. I believe that was the 2nd or 3rd turn, I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to have to pass. And finally, he gets another energy, and he can X-Ball for 80. And I'm not sure if I just let that Garbodor die, or do I get a switch, I'm not sure. But if I do get knocked out, I do have the Giant Cape to put on my bench Garbodor, so then that'll be fine. But here he's going to Ultra Ball, I think, for the Mewtwo, and that's when the Mewtwo war actually begins. So he's going to Ultra Ball an N, and another Ultra Ball to get a... But no, he's going to get a Blastoise, because he has the Rare Candy. So, but he has a Tool Scrapper. That's exactly why I didn't play the other Giant Cape. And he's going to Bicycle. and he's gonna X-Ball for 80. See, I'm gonna put the giant cape on Garbodor to maintain the lock, attach the energy to Terrakion, and do I catch her? I'm not sure. Or do I just let that Garbodor die? Because, yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna pass. And he's gonna computer search. I bet he just top decked that. Oh, well, no, he had an N. But it looks like he's probably just gonna computer search. Probably just gonna computer search for the Juniper, which I totally called it. And he's gonna draw a fresh hand of 7. Put down a Keldeo and another Mewtwo, so I believe this is when the Mewtwo War begins. And he's gonna attach the DCE. So you can see I have 2 Mewtwo's, he has 2 Mewtwo's. See who comes out on top. But he's going to knock out the Garbodor, and I could promote my Mewtwo and just attach the DCE. But then he could come up and X-Ball me for the knockout, and then I can X-Ball him. And I might not even get energy to X-Ball bench Mewtwo for the knockout. So, and then he'll just knock out my Mewtwo. And then that's when things start to get messy. So I'm just going to promote Terrakion because I can retaliate for a 90. Soften up the Mewtwo. And yeah, that's one great thing of why I have Terrakion on the bench. To assist me on the Mewtwo Wars. But he's going all in for the Mewtwo. He is attaching. See, does he have the catcher? I'm not sure. But I guess we'll just wait and find out. Or is he just going to X-Ball for, say, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100? But looks like he's just going to Juniper first. Juniper away the Keldeo, Rare Candy, and Energy Retrieval. And let's see, what else is he going to do? He's thinking. Yeah, he's just going to X-Ball for 100. And I'm going to attach the double colorless. And pretty much just Land Crush for the knockout. And it's pretty much his Mewtwo against my Terrakion and 2 Mewtwo's. Well, he's got Kyurem, but it hasn't even been powered up yet. So there I was just checking how many energies it takes for Kyurem to attack, because I'm not really that familiar with Kyurem. But let's see, who is he going to promote? If he promotes the Mewtwo, which he does, it's pretty much just going to get nasty. Real fast. But he's going to Ultra Ball away a Juniper and a Blastoise, so I assume he has another supporter in his hand, and go for another Keldeo. But I mean, besides from this Mewtwo and the Kyurem on the bench, he doesn't really have enough energy in play to do anything. But he's going to attach another energy to his Mewtwo, and that pretty much assures me the knockout right after he knocks out the Terrakion. If he didn't attach the water and attach it to someone else, well, some other Pokemon, not someone else, he would have required me to have another energy. But it looks like he's going to catch her, and I would assume he would go for the Mewtwo, but looks like he's just going for the Garbodor. Guess he really wants that out of play. But, yeah, so he's going to disc... No, what am I doing? What am I talking about? So he's going to knock out the Garbodor. And, see, I'm going to Skyla for the Heavy Ball to grab out another Garbodor because I have the Rescue Scarf in my hand. So I can do that. And, see, play down another Terrakion with another energy just to get another Pokemon powered up. And knock out his Mewtwo. So now I'm pretty much leaving him with no energy in play except for that one attached to Kyurem. And what is he going to do from here? He could outrage me for 20. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See, he could catch her to try to stall, because I'm pretty low on switches. I believe I have 1 or 2 left. Maybe 1 left? I'm not sure. But he's just going to outrage for 20. And I have the Eviolite with the additional DCE. And see, I'm just going to Ultra Ball away my N in my Trubbish. Grab the Mewtwo. I believe that's the remaining Pokemon in my deck. Bench that. Do I bench it? Because I'm going to play the Juniper anyways. But I'm going to catch one of the Keldeos. And no, I'm not going to bench the Mewtwo. I'm just going to Juniper. Because that could open a play where he just plays Tool Scrapper, deluge onto a Mewtwo that he just benched, and knock out my stuff. Stuff meaning all my Pokemon that is weak to Psychic. So I definitely do not want to do that. He attaches another energy to his Kyurem, and he tries to rush in, but of course I have the lock, so he can't rush in. So I think I'm going to tell him that he can't rush in like right now, I believe. Yeah, so I'm asking him, how did you switch Keldeos, I believe, because I can't really read the the chat on my Camtasia Studio editor. So yeah, he realizes that he can't, and he is just going to switch back to his other Keldeo, and I am going to X-Ball for the knockout. And for the win also. Didn't notice I had 2 prizes left. So yeah, that was an insane game with pretty awesome Mewtwo War. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I'll be doing 1, maybe 2 more episodes after this. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like. And thanks for watching.